Animals live without questioning their purpose, and they don't mind this fact. But humans are different. We have unique emotional experiences and can sense the vitality and beauty of all things, which constitutes true humanity. Reading poetry is actually very simple. You need to return to the most fundamental place, relax, and then recognize each word, though it is very subtle. Sometimes the simplest things are what people tend to overlook. Just like the quote from The Little Prince, "What is essential is invisible to the eye. It can only be seen with the heart." Poetry connects directly with a person's soul. So love poetry, read poetry. Let's look at a few more lines. That I exist is a perpetual surprise, which is life. I especially hope to share this sentence with friends around us who feel a bit overwhelmed or despondent, who think they are insignificant and often lack confidence. Everyone has their own value. Your existence is a miracle to you. Let's repeat. That I exist is a perpetual surprise, which is life. There is also poetry written in a question and answer format. Asks the possible to the impossible. Where is your dwelling place? In the dreams of the impotent comes the answer. This passage is also quite profound. Sometimes we feel incapable, think our fate isn't great, or believe others live more interesting and fulfilling lives. What's the reason? Going back to the root, it might often be that we've limited ourselves. When others say girls can dance, and you say girls cannot. When others say girls can laugh loudly, and you say they cannot. Over time, you find that she gradually becomes powerless, only able to dream, and dreams never reach reality. So, don't limit yourself. As Confucius said in the Analects, the accomplished scholar is not a utensil. Don't think of yourself as fixed in one shape or another. Break free from those mental constraints, and you may become a powerful person. Only the powerful can move forward, rather than lying there dreaming. This is my interpretation, and I welcome your own thoughts. I also have a few more lines of poetry that I like. Man is a born child, his power is the power of growth. I like this sentence. Growth is not always entirely good. Sometimes it grows crooked, causes pain, or leads to suffering. But this is the power of a person. Only when you truly grow past the trials can they become past tense. Otherwise, they will remain stuck here forever. Let's read another passage. Woman, when you move about in your household service, your limbs sing like a hill stream among its pebbles. Do you have such joyful feelings when doing what you need to do? I think Lee Ziki does, right? The other day she was so happy chopping wood, selecting bamboo, and making tofu. If we can immerse ourselves in our work, in our craft, and in certain tasks, we would feel like the art itself. He who wants to do good knocks at the gate. He who loves finds the gate open. So being a good person and being loved are truly two different things. A good person knocks on the door, but your heart's door remains closed. However, if someone you love comes, how could they see the door? Your heart will be open. This highlights the importance of affection. How far are you from me, O fruit? I am hidden in your heart, O flower. This is especially cute and can be read to children. The great walks with the small without fear. The middling keeps aloof. When I see this sentence, it reminds me of enjoyment in untroubled ease. How about you? He who is too busy doing good finds no time to be good. In Love in a Fallen City, there is a line where Bai Liu Shui and Fan Liu Yuan, due to the fall of a city and the ensuing turmoil that leaves countless people displaced, feel a need for each other and decide to get married. After they marry, Fan Liu Yuan keeps his flirtatious and playful remarks for others to hear. When Bai Liu Shui and Fan Liu Yuan discuss their feelings, Fan Liu Yuan says, "At that time we were too eager to be in love, and as a result, we had no time to actually be in love. Therefore, approaching someone or something with a utilitarian mindset often means that you will not find the time to truly be good. Sit quietly, my heart, do not stir up your dust. Let the world find its way to you." This is very much in the spirit of Wang Wei. As we discussed, it's akin to, when you reach the end of the water, sit and watch the clouds rise. There will certainly be a path and a state that will make you feel comfortable, natural, and right. A heart entirely of reason is like a knife with all its blades exposed. It makes the hand that wields it bleed. This reflection is quite important. In addition to the rational side, a person also has an emotional side. If someone only talks in terms of reason when discussing feelings, it can be very frustrating. However, wild emotions also need some rational restraint for balance. As Tagore says, "This world is a stormy world tamed by the music of beauty." The word tamed appears again. Are there any poems among these lines that particularly touch you? Let us know in the comments, or you might write them down and read them aloud carefully. It might give you a different experience. All right, we'll conclude our introduction to Stray Birds here. If you still feel that the reading isn't satisfying enough, we will compile the poems we discussed into this text. You can use this card to read each line with your family, or read it to yourself at a moment you enjoy. It's another way poetry nourishes the soul. The Crescent Moon is the most suitable poetry collection for family reading. Next, let's talk about The Crescent Moon. Stray Birds is more like a collection of aphorisms, right? It contains over 300 short poems. The Crescent Moon, however, is different from Stray Birds. It is more like the innocent whispers of a child to a mother, filled with childlike wonder. Therefore, reading The Crescent Moon provides a different experience. While Stray Birds can sometimes seem scattered, The Crescent Moon is more focused. It contains 40 poems and was first published in 1913. In this collection, a naive child and a loving mother, Tagore's own family, his son, and his beloved wife, are observed, recorded, and reflected upon by Tagore, forming the poetry and compiling it. Thus, The Crescent Moon is perfect for family reading, allowing you to see a warm and joyful family life full of poetic beauty and be touched by it. This children's poetry collection is considered an unparalleled artistic treasure in world literature. When it arrived in China, the most popular translation was by Mr. Zheng Zhenduo. As mentioned before, Tagore's translators are quite distinguished, and Zheng Zhenduo is undoubtedly a highly talented scholar who once served as a literature professor at Tsinghua and Peking University. Zheng Zhenduo made significant contributions to modern Chinese literature. He wrote a preface for The Crescent Moon, which includes the line, "The poet is the child of humanity, and Tagore is an angel of children." Why is this the case? Because this book records many touching moments related to children. It is a collection of poems that completely features children as the protagonists, a phenomenon rarely seen in literary history. Thus, The Crescent Moon has very simple language, reflecting the speech of children. Its poetic style is also quite bright and full of imaginative metaphors, akin to children's expansive imaginations and their own unique world.